Hello everyone, and welcome back to my shop. Welcome everyone. We're going to get back on this 75 Corvette today. Got a little problem that cropped up. I got caught out in the rain the other day. One of them downpours that hit just like that, and had to throw my T-tops on. Number one, I'm glad I had them. Number two, took a while to get them on there. I guess I need to practice better. But another thing I had crop up was when I had to roll my windows up, my defrost, put this thing in defrost, I wasn't getting much air moving out, and I discovered that my high fan, the fan's high speed was not working. The low speeds, they all work, but the high speed wasn't. So anyway, stay tuned. We're going to troubleshoot and see what's going on with this high speed fan. Well, see, this is a 75 with air, automatic, so I don't know if non-air or straight stick will be similar, but this is how a 75 automatic with air is set up. You've got this fuse link here, all right? It's 20 amp fuse in there, and I believe it's 20 amp. I'll check it here momentarily. And it runs to a terminal here on the relay that you see I've got off the firewall and the lid off. And I've been troubleshooting, and it's hot at all times. The way I think this works, and I could be mistaken, and I'm going to look on my schematic, but I believe that hot is for the high speed only. All right, so we'll do some more troubleshooting and find out. All right, here's the schematic. Here's the blower. Here's that relay, and they're calling it the AC relay. All right, so I'm gonna guess your non-AC bets may not have that. But that orange is hot all the time, and that orange is basically for the high speed only. And because here is the resistor. Now that's the switch. All right. And it controls all the other speeds with the exception of high. When it goes to high, it throws this relay and puts that orange over here to the blower motor. All right, so that's kind of, I know I'm glossing over it real quick, but all my speeds work good. It's just my high speed didn't. So we'll go back over there to the relay. Well, it looks pretty rough, but I cleaned up the contacts with a burnishing tool, and I can get it to work good now. See how rusty it is there on the top and everything? So I'm gonna guess this is probably the original relay. I should change it, but I think I'm gonna try to run it like this to see how long it'll last before I replace it. But anyway, I'll show you a few more about it. I'm gonna pull that fuse, because right now I've got the fuse back in it. So this thing's hot. Here's the burnishing tool. All right, it's handy for points. All right, now I've got power pulled off the fuse, so there's no power on this relay. And what you can do is go here and you push it down where the two contacts make, and push it down. Just let it clean it up. Just a bunch of rust on there. that was a lot of rust that came off that contact. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and put the fuse back on there, and we'll see if I'm gonna reposition the camera and see if we can see the relay throw. All right, watch the contact right there, and we'll see if see it throw. The high-speed fan is working. I can hear it. I can even feel it pulling air in. All right, we'll turn him off. The relay should have opened, and it looked like it did. All right, good deal, because it's on a lower speed now. All right, I got him turned off. Hope y'all could basically see that that only throws, I believe it only throws when you go to high-speed fan and possibly max air, but I'm not sure on that. I'll have to check out the schematic. And after running this now, and we're in July, and running this in the heat of the summer, I believe I may be trying to hook that air conditioner back up again. We'll see. Put the lid back on. Let me see. We'll do it like this. Oh. There's tabs here. You bend them open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tabs. Okay. Like that. Getting the crank call. I get a lot of them anymore. Right, there really isn't any easy way to bend them tabs back, because these are some pretty strong tabs. I'd like to know where they made this switch. Maybe if I cleaned it up better now so that I could tell. But those tabs are pretty strong. I had to use these big channel locks here to get it to where I could bend them. Both, get a hold of both and bend them that way. So anyway, now he mounts to the firewall right here. All right, so you can see that, and all right there. So we're going to go ahead and get that mounted. It doesn't require a ground, so that's a good thing, because the ground is actually wired. So you notice that's when I was testing the relay without it being connected to it. I didn't have a ground to it. That screw, I'm gonna get a bigger screw. Let me see if I got some bigger screws. They're just they're walled out. Look at that. I can even bring it out, pull it out by hand. Look at that. All right, be right back. Let's see if I got some bigger screws. These are the size that were in there. All right, I just wanted to show the relay installed. All right, and I got the lid down as good as I didn't put my chrome piece on because I'm still messing around with the timing a little bit. But this is the lockout relay for if this was a straight stick. And I found a constant 12 volt here that's fused back at the fuse panel, and I'm using that to power my electric choke. A previous owner, Bubba, had spliced that onto the HEI hot lead, and you never want to share that lead with anything. You want it straight hot and the only thing on that circuit, so you don't lessen the amount of voltage going to your ignition. So anyway, so I believe we're in good shape now, and hopefully Now, one thing with these C3 blower motors, they're not as strong. Now, I'm going to see if I can't show this, and I may play with it, I don't know. But back here, let's see if I can get a light back here. All right, there's the blower motor, and right here is a capacitor. You see my finger? Right there. Okay, right there. All right, that the power lead goes to that capacitor and then to the blower motor. And I've heard some people say that if you bypass this capacitor, that it will speed up the motor. I don't know. I may try that. The thing is, that's there to keep down RFI noise on the AM radio. And I don't listen to AM radio. And of course, I've got a modern radio in this now, and they've got good filters. So I think I might do that. Stand by. Well, all right. I made up a little jumper. Now, it's real easy to bypass that capacitor. It plugs in, one end plugs into the blower spade lug, and the other end plugs into the cable, which also has a spade lug. So I unplugged both ends, and I made up a little jumper with spade lugs and plugged them both in. My seat of the pants test indicates, I believe it's got more air. It's moving more air. The blower's working better. Now, that seat of the pants, I don't have anything to measure airflow. At least I don't think I do. I don't think I do. I'll think about it. So all I've got right now is my seat of the pants, and it seems to indicate that I've got better airflow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that capacitor just dangling for now. It's mounted good and solid. I've just disconnected it, and I'm going to leave my little temporary jumper. And I've got it dressed up out of the way so it'll hold good, and we'll go from there. And hopefully we'll get a little bit better defrost action should I get caught out in the rain again. But anyway, yes, easy to bypass, and in this case I believe it's moving more air. All right, for those of you that are unaware of where the blower motor intake is, all right, here's the right side, and you can see right here, here's the screen, and if you look hard enough down in there, you can see the blower. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn the key on. Now, since they went to smog controls, I believe in '75 is the first year for the catalytic converter, there's a couple of trains of thought as to why the fan will always run. Whenever the key's on, it'll be on its lowest setting. One train of thought is that that fans were failing a lot from going from a dead stop to starting up to run. So running it at a slow speed at all times would keep the bearings loosened and it wouldn't lock up. I don't know if that's true or not. The second is that with the smog control and the catalytic converters and all that additional heat being generated underneath the car, that the manufacturers wanted to get enough fresh air circulating in the cab so you weren't getting that heat or any exhaust byproducts. Anyway, in either case, the fan runs at all times. Now I'm going to set you down for a moment and we'll see if we can see what's going on. All right. There's not an easy way to show this, and I don't know if you can see that squirrel cage, but I'm going to turn the key on, and the fan switch is all the way to the off position, but it's still going to run on low, so hold on. And I don't know if you can see it running, but that's a low position. You can hear it. Now I'm going to, well, see, I just can't hold it here. I don't know if we can do this. Let's see. All right, I'm going to step through the speeds. That's high. there's not a whole lot of difference between the off and the first notch. So, but anyway, there's your squirrel cage work running. Well, all right, I believe I'll stick a fork in this episode. We got a high-speed fan working now. Now that relay looked pretty rough. I don't know how long it'll last. We'll see. I might go ahead and put that on my to-do list to replace on down the line. But I'm going to work it until it quits. And of course, I'll flick it on and off every now and again just to work it. You know, it's kind of like a four-wheel drive on a four-wheel drive vehicle. You want to put it in four-wheel drive every now and then to make sure everything engages and works and lubricates. So anyway, we'll do that. So, I think I'm going to leave the T-tops on. There's a couple reasons why, and it's really not so much to do with me getting caught in the rain, but one of the reasons is it's hard to go out anywhere with the tops off if you're not wearing a hat. If you're going to go somewhere where you're not going to wear a hat, it's nearly impossible. If you roll the windows up to cut the air down, well, it cuts it down too much and you get hot. So with the windows down and the tops off, it's really windy in there. I guess a true convertible would allow that air to flow through, and instead of bunching up around there in the back, may make it less turbulent. So that's one reason. The other reason is, well, that sun really beats down on you. When it gets up into the 90s, I mean, it beats real hard. And if you got any speed going, well, you got your hat on, and you gotta either press it down real hard or take it off so it don't blow off. Been there, done that. So you don't have the advantage of the bill to keep that sun out of your eyes, even with sunglasses, and it's just beating on you and making you sweat, and you stick to the seats. Well, you know what I'm saying. You know the thing. I hate to quote that, man. But anyway, I'm going to leave them on for now. We'll just see how it does. They're tinted, that kind of knock the sun out, and there is good airflow with the windows down. So we'll see. So, anyway, I want to give a shout out to Jordan W. He sent me this neat hat. See if you can see that right there. All right. Jordan, I like the hat. Thank you, sir, and I will wear it. Well, let's see. I believe that'll do it. Let's start to button this dude up. And I think we're going to take him out on a little spin. Anyway, here's the disadvantage of those T-tops being on. I mean, one more inch of clearance, that wouldn't have hurt them to done that, would it? So anyway, I hope everything's going good with you and yours. Everything's going good here. Can't complain. Won't do me no good to complain anyway. Just carry on, take care of the business, and hoot and holler every now and then just to relieve the pressure. So anyway, have a good one, and I hope to see you around on the next one. See you.